All right, good morning. This lesson is for Unit 7, Lesson 15, Part 2. Again, before I get started, I want to say I hope everyone is doing okay out there. So our goal for this lesson is just to go over the homework, what's expected of you, how to answer it. I think that this will be a pretty simple assignment. So let me just go ahead and jump right in. It's a real short video. Okay, so as it stands right now, we have two ways to determine if we have congruent triangles. I have angle, side angle, or ASA. And if my two triangles have this congruent pattern, I can say my triangles are congruent, which means that they're the same size and same shape. My other way that I can say that I have congruent triangles is side angle, side. And if my two triangles have this congruence pattern, I can then say that my two triangles are congruent or identical. Same size, same shape, right? And so let me just point something out. Notice in the angle, side angle, the pairs of congruent angles are separated by the congruent side. In the side angle side, the pairs of congruent sides, well, let me fix that. The pairs of congruent sides make the congruent angle. So that was supposed to have a one arc, not two. All right, so we're looking for this pattern, okay? So problems 1 through 8. Here's how I would answer them. I would look at it and I would determine the question's asking you, are the triangles congruent? If so, state how. And then after that, you're asked to write a congruent statement, which is I better write an example of a congruent statement, just to keep that idea in your head. So an example of a congruent statement would be something like this, and we saw that on the last video. Let me make sure that's in the screen. Oh, just barely. All right. So problems 1 through 8, you're asked to determine if the triangles are congruent, and if so, how. So what I would do for these problems, I would look at the pictures, and if I had this pattern, I would say, yes, they're congruent by angle, side, angle. And then I would write my congruent statement. Remember, these angles have to be in the same position. If I did not have angle, side, angle, I would look to see if I had the side, angle, side pattern. If I had that pattern, I would say my triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. And then I would write my congruent statement. So if I didn't have this pattern, and if I didn't have this pattern, then the triangles are not congruent. So that's really how you answer problems 1 through 8. Problems 9 through 16. What you're going to be asked is, you're going to be asked to what you need to create either an angle, side, angle congruence pattern or a side, angle, side congruence pattern. Okay? So, you're either going to need an angle, which is just, the elbows of the triangle, right? Or you need a side, which, goes from this point to this point. If this was A and this was B, we would say side AB, right? And if this, we just need the angle, it would be angle A. So again, problems 9 through 16, you're going to be told you want to use this pattern or you're going to use this pattern. What mark are you missing to make that pattern happen? So again, I think this assignment's pretty easy for you guys. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will post the next lesson in a couple days. Again, I hope everyone's doing okay out there.